What's going on, guys? This is the Wisdom Matrix, and this video is about something I talked about a little bit indirectly at one point in the video. What was it? Changing Perspectives, Part 1, about idealism. But this is going to be more in detail and more practical in a way. So let's get started. So a lot of people think, and sometimes this is me as well, a lot of people think that, there's themselves, like their body and their mind or whatever, and then there's the outside world, like the ground or whatever. But what if this is not true? What if all of these things are in what you would call mind? Of course, when I mean mind, I don't mean thoughts in this particular case. I mean just like, your regular consciousness type thing, or just consciousness in general. And in a way I like to describe it is there anything, if you believe that there's an outside world, like there's me here in my body, in my brain, or in my mind, or whatever, and then there's the outside material world, like this, like the wall or the ground or the iPhone or whatever it is. If you think that, is there anything at all that you perceive to be the outside world? Is that actually outside of your experience? So let's just say that for a second, let's just buy the idea that there is some kind of outside world, right? There's some kind of materialistic type of world, like we're just atoms bouncing around inside of a world, inside of a box or something. Okay, so let's just pretend as if that's true. If you want, even though we don't believe that's true, is there anything inside of is there anything that is there any type of experience or perception? Is there anything in the outside world that we're not perceiving? So for instance, let's say that you consider the ground to be the outside world and the walls around you and whatever. Are you not perceiving those things in your mind right now? Of course, there are times when you aren't. But when you look at the outside world, you say, "Oh, this is the outside world. This is not me." Are you not perceiving that then in your mind? Or are you actually perceiving the outside, the so-called outside world in your mind? And the answer is pretty obvious, right? You can perceive the outside world in your mind. And the reason why this is important to understand is because of something most people call objectivity. True objectivity is impossible, for the most part. I mean, you can get really, really close to maybe something, but for the most part, objectivity is an illusion created by, the mind. You think that you can guess exactly accurate how reality is, but the problem is that your perception of reality is your perception of reality. You cannot be objective. You cannot be objective in these matters. I'm not saying that you can't find things that are accurate across a lot of, fields or whatever. A lot of people. But I'm just saying that, you can't remove yourself from this equation. In reality, there is no separation between us and the rest of the world. The only reason why it seems like there is because of our concept of separation between us and this outside world. Like I said, if you don't believe me, that's fine. I'm not asking you to believe me or anything like that. All I'm asking you to do is to go outside and, experience the world. Is there anything that you perceive to be the outside world that you're not experiencing? It may seem like it's outside of you, but are you not experiencing it then? This is behind, the statement of, the world is a mind. It is not, a material thing. I'm not saying it's true or not. I'm just saying that this is how it is perceived. This is how this works. And this is the problem with objectivity. Objectivity is couched within subjectivity. True objectivity would be impossible, or pretty much, no, maybe not necessarily impossible, but that's why it's so difficult to be objective, if it isn't even possible at all. Because we are all interconnected with our reality. Even though we think that it is outside of us, the so-called world, the walls around us, this building that we're in, this is outside of us, right? That's what many people think, right? Many, especially if you're stage orange or green, or, well, not necessarily green, but stage orange or whatever. So yeah, this is what happens. This is why objectivity is, if not impossible, very difficult to do. Because we're all interconnected with reality. You could take this to mean the statement of, as I said before, we're all one with everything. And this is true. We are all one with our reality. Our reality is not separate from us, our bodies, or our minds. Our reality is interconnected with it. This reality that we're living in right now. So, there's more that I could say about this particular subject, because it's a very, necessary thing to explain sometimes, but I think I'll just leave it there for now. If you like this video, please like it, share it, and, subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future. This is the Wisdom Matrix, and I hope you have a good day. I'll see you in the next recording.